All right, hello and welcome back to another practice run of Scum and Villainy. My name is David MK, pronounced he, him, and I'm here with Brian. Possibly another player may join us. It looks like they want to freshen up for the call. Um, but we're just kind of going through sort of the I don't know what to call it. It's not really an end stage. It's just like what happens after you're done with a job, in this case as bounty hunters, which includes a series of sort of actions. And so that includes payoff and upkeep, then heat, then entanglements, and then downtime. And so, as sort of, if you weren't here last time, uh, and you're here now, the crew of the Cerberus, the Cipher Link, um, were almost successful in their job. If it hadn't been for the coyotes, just kind of taking their bounty like they do, but unfortunately for them and the bounty, they were lost to the belt of fire in the Iota system, which means crew doesn't get paid, unfortunately. But that bounty, oh, that sweet, sweet bounty. I wonder what happened. Um, and the heat, Brian and I discussed before we started, it seemed like it was contained, standard exposure. The craziness was mostly out in space, away from prying eyes. Oh, there was that weird life form thing in the belt, but who knows? So with their
I
life,
You could
yeah.
make a case we should have gotten some heat for entering the belt of fire since it's like a
Oh,
quarantine zone.
oh, you're right. You're right. You're not supposed, and we did have like multiple like alerts from like your faction saying you should not be here. I that would be like now that would give you one heat if we have the -2, because I don't know that I would justify you going up to four. That that to me doesn't make sense given the chart here. But I feel like maybe
Yeah.
a three heat total. So yeah, I agree. Like you probably have like on file, some kind of reprimand from your faction, and maybe some kind of alert from some local system patrol or beacon or something with your transponder recorded. So yeah, that makes sense. So thank you for bringing that up. I'd forgotten as well. So
Right. We're
um,
like, it wasn't our fault, the coyotes, and some
yeah,
bureaucrat
yeah,
saying, I
yeah.
don't have a checkbox on my form for excused because of coyotes. So
Exactly. So, it's possible you might get a follow-up from somebody from the Hunter Corps or from the local IOTA system saying, hey, want to make sure you're okay, i.e. not doing something bad. But there we go. So we have one heat from that. And then we have the entanglements is the third thing we're to run through. And I asked Brian to roll this. There's a chart on wanted levels, and it seemed like
oh, here it
the
is. It's on this. Sorry, it's on the
yeah.
system sheet where we mark the heat.
Oh yeah, let's see
There
that.
we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
and in
Check.
Scum and Villainy, you can get heat in different systems, and then there's this. I don't know if it's a move per se, but if you leave the system and lie low, the heat could potentially go down in those systems you're not actively involved in. Is that
Right.
correct?
It's one of the downtime actions you can
Yeah,
take.
yeah. So we'll be getting to downtime next. So, um, in entanglements wanted zero, you roll a d6, and if you roll a six, it's possible to escalate you up to the next level wanted. So I did
Well,
not
then,
see.
yeah,
Yeah,
the next level of entanglement you can get.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if we were to roll a six, we would roll wanted one, right?
Yeah, you would roll again on the wanted one table. Yeah.
Okay, but do we roll again on the wanted zero, or do we just go up to one?
No, you roll on the wanted
Mhm.
zero. If you get a six, then you roll again on the wanted one,
Okay.
and then that's your entanglement instead.
Yep.
And
Okay.
it can just keep escalating all
Going
the
up
way up.
to all the way up. Yep.
You
So
roll
keep
enough
rolling
sixes in a
sixes.
row. Yeah.
Yep. Um, and on the sheet, on this particular sheet, I don't see a wanted four. That might be on a different page.
I mean, wanted for I think is not a table. It's yeah. So you need to go to the section that
Yeah.
details what all the entanglements are.
So I'm gonna look and see what Brian rolled. I don't anticipate having to consult wanted level 4.
No, wanted level 4 means a warship is
Exactly.
after you.
Suddenly, the pilot also becomes the season finale. All right, so
So
I see a 3.
yeah, we got 3, which
New
is new
friends.
new friends.
Like friends with strings. All right. I'm going to check and see if the other player has said anything else. Oh, he's doing a count. He's doing a clock on us. So it looks like 20 minutes now. Okay, so
Okay.
I think what we'll do is I think we'll start getting things set up, and we'll see if the other player is able to jump in, and then we may go back and define some things more. So, Brian, thank you so much for being here as the amazing, experienced player. All right, so we've got new friends as a wanted level 0. We have 1 heat from kind of setting off some warnings in the IOTA system. And then we have downtime. So this is what you do between jobs. And you may pursue 2. I think there's a variation if you're like being hunted or something like that.
You're at war with another faction,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
yeah, you only get
yeah,
only one free downtime.
yeah. So we're not currently at war with anyone that I'm aware of. Tending personal needs, side projects. Yeah, there it is. And then you can also spend cred, but we don't have any cred yet, do we?
No,
Because you
we
spend it all on
spent
crew
it all
upgrades.
doing crew creation.
So we can't get help on downtime.
And then yeah, decided to keep our bounty as a pet. So we're
Oh,
broke.
really? As a pet.
Well,
Uh, um, I kind of,
who
and
knows
maybe,
what?
yeah, whether or not we actually do this during downtime, I feel like one of you would maybe arrange either, if we're just going to stay with you, some sort of alias credentials, or like some
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know, underground space railroad system to kind of take them somewhere else if you don't want to deal with them.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so let's take a look at these. These are some of the options: acquire asset, craft, indulge vice. Did your character get stress or anything? Let me take a look.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be indulging for
Okay,
sure.
okay. And then let me look at the other players. Yeah, I know that you were kind of both racking that up. And mm, okay, and then there's the potential of overindulging if you roll. Was it 2? Hang on. You overindulge.
If you're removing more stress than you actually have, then
Yeah,
you've overindulged.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Although
then
currently I have 6 stress, so it's not possible for me to overindulge at the moment.
there's the lay low, the long term project, the recover, the repair, and the train. Uh,
Oh, important to note, because we don't have any money, we don't are not able to pay to upkeep the ship.
that's just true.
We skipped that during
Yep.
payoff, since there was no actual payoff.
You
We
have
kind
to
of
just.
skipped that section, but I don't think we actually get to skip the upkeep part. So we should probably go back
uh,
and talk about that.
yeah. So let's see. There is a thing about if you have to roll, don't you, on upkeep?
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
the more times you skip, the I
Mhm.
think the more dice you roll,
Yeah, to see if
and
something goes
to
wrong.
to see if something breaks.
Yeah. Let me
And
see.
the important thing to know is
Mhm.
it doesn't break now where we can like then just go fix it.
Yes.
It's gonna break during the next job.
All right. So let's.
Whenever it's least convenient, basically, or most dramatic for the story.
I am not seeing that, and maybe because this character keeper set up to be more of a one shot. I'm not seeing that chart listed.
Yeah, it might not be on like the Let's
Here,
see.
I got.
Payout and upkeep on the full ship. It's on page one, or book. It's page 177.
Right, I have a book. And I think, given that you're the mechanic doing this,
Mm-hmm.
totally makes sense. Okay, so 1d for each consecutive time you've skipped. That would be 1 die. So we'll go ahead and have Link go ahead and roll that. Let's see how we do here.
It's
Oh,
a
no
one, which
worries.
is fine.
The wear and tear is minor and won't affect performance. So I kind of feel fictionally, anyways, like the paint job, a lot of it's been scorched from being so close to that belt.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So like you're gonna have kind of a, a not very nice looking ship from the outside. And we had that combat inside too, so there's probably like stuff strewn around and a couple things broken, but
Oh yeah, there were like grappling hooks
yeah,
attached,
yeah,
like
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 it got kind
but
of crazy. Oh, and your brig lock is busted. Like your door won't
the
even close. You'd have to rig it to fix it because
right.
your cargo, your target kind of let themselves out. Yeah. All right. Well, that's good news. All right. Let's see what else we need to cover. So you said you were interested in indulging a vice.
Yes.
All right. So what does that look like? What is your vice again? Let's see.
My vice is stupor. So
Oh yeah.
it's just a mix of drugs and alcohol to just till he passes out for
All right.
sure.
So is there like a specific uh well let's kind of like think about this. Where in the system, like, are we still in Iota? Have we gone somewhere else?
Yeah,
Um
I think we're still on iota.
okay, and what planet do you think we're on?
Let's see.
Amaranth is a really nice planet. Indri is not a pleasant planet, but
Yeah,
they
I
do
mean,
have accommodations. And
yeah,
the marshal there was sweet on Cipher, but that doesn't mean you need to stay there. Especially if you don't want to be anywhere that might bring some curiosity towards your new intern. So, what do you think? I'm going to open up all these system tabs so we've got them available. We've got the map there. Where is your character from? I don't think I don't remember establishing that. Cordgree.
what's this? Oops. I
You're a
think
spacer.
I'm a spacer, so I think he's been all around.
Hmm. Well, where do you think Cordgree would take the ship and their intern to kind of lay low or get away from things and recover? Or get that next hit of stupor, space stupor?
Yeah. Well, Amaranth is where we just were doing the jobs. It's probably not
And
back
you were known
there.
as cultist there.
Yeah. Here's not the best place to. I think I'm heading to a shipyards uh tavern.
Oh, it's still in
The other.
Iota?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
That's where.
Okay. So, a shipyard's tavern, what do you think the name of this might be?
Oh God.
I got a dumb name. Crash Course.
Okay,
All
that
right.
works.
I mean, that may or may not be the official name, but there we go.
That's
Crash
right.
Course. Shipyard Tavern. All right. And so your ship is somewhere safe. Do you leave the target, the intern, with the ship, or do you take them with you to Crash Course?
Uh, I mean, I mean, I'll leave it up to him. I mean, everyone thinks he's dead, so hopefully no one's searching for him.
Okay, let me take a look at to remind myself. Look at the warrant. Mm, oh, that's right. I changed it. Maybe show that warrant again. Okay, so I had created another warrant. There we go. Let's close that one. Cleaned. Okay. So, um, I think, yeah, I think that um, the name given to this person is like a, like a subject name, like a series of numbers or whatnot. But the name on the warrant is Nolan Void,
Hmm.
which is just bounty hunter name for like we
John
don't
John
yeah, John
Doe.
Doe, exactly. Right. Keep it impersonal. So he's gonna keep that name. So he's gonna say the ship he's your apprentice, the mechanic's apprentice, Nolan Void, and he'll probably just if someone shortens it, it's probably gonna be like Null, and it's almost like Nolan in English. So yeah, Null is gonna go with you as your apprentice. He's definitely changed out of his stuff that he was wearing,
Hmm.
and he probably your character or the other players would have suggested covering up those ports.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So he's got wraps or sleeves or something, so it's not obvious. And he's probably a little bit self-conscious of his appearance. So I'm some kind of hat or helmet as well. But yeah, he's going to be kind of like shadowing you for the most part. Not sure what this is about, but it seems to be important to you, so it must be important for him.
No, have you ever had a drink before? That's right. You never.
That's I get all my substance by drinking it. And he kind of
Oh,
gestures to his ports.
this is gonna be.
Oh, that's right. He experienced eating food, space
Yeah, yeah,
beans, space
yeah.
beans. His system is probably recovering from that. So he's like, I'll try it. Yep, yep.
Yeah, you should. You're probably gonna be a lightweight, so take it real easy.
Hmm.
Don't try to keep up.
Okay. I do believe I have less mass than what I'm perceived to have.
Sure.
Okay, so you guys get to Crash Course. Um, have you been here before? Is this some place that
Oh
they
yeah.
know you at? Okay, so you get to Crash Course, and I would say this is inspired by a place we have in my city, Cedar Rapids. We have a place called the Flying Weenie, and it's known for its hot dogs. It has other sandwiches and things, but the hot dogs are usually why you go there, as well as the decor, which is like any kind of aviation stuff. Like there's like an old airplane on the outside on the roof. So like I'm gonna imagine that Crash Course has like vintage wreckage pieces, right?
Yeah.
And like occasionally someone will bring in a piece, and if it passes inspection, you get like a discount and it gets put up on a board or something. So there's probably like,
Right.
yeah, like,
That's got to be a piece from like you either were piloting it or you built it.
yeah, yeah, not that you like got on space eBay. No,
Right.
no, you had to be involved in this. That would just be Space Bay, wouldn't it? So yeah, so you come in and the local staff, like probably those who've seen you before recognize you and probably offer you your normal seat or booth or whatnot. And Null is just kind of taking it all in, the smells and the sights and so forth. There's probably like, like one of those gambling video games over there. Um, there's probably like, I would imagine there's some kind of like digital job board for pilots, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of flows through like a social media wall. And yeah, he's just kind of wandering around, like not really watching where he's walking and maybe even bumping into you or some of the other people or things, but just kind of just never been to anything like this before. And then like occasionally you see him freeze, like look at something and freeze, and then look at something else and freeze. Like his eyes, like his pupils dilate, and then he comes out of it not even aware that he was doing that as you go through. And so one of the staff says, "What'll you have?"
I'll have my usual and a kid's meal for the kid. Meaning, it's meaning like I don't want to know, like
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you know.
yeah. The equivalent of like non-intimidating sandwich and side,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, and like probably like juice or something. Um, and so yeah, he's what is give me a what does it look like to sit in your booth and to look around? Like, what are some thoughts or feelings that we see Cypher have or Link have from being back here?
Um, I mean, this brings him back to the time before he was, a bounty hunter. When he was working hard, but living a much less stressful life, for sure.
Nice,
And yeah, he's here to shut down, to not have to think for a while.
nice.
Speaking of having to think, hey, guess
Hey there!
who? Everybody's
Hey!
least favorite players in the house.
Whatever. Um, Glad you're here. Let's get you up to speed on what we've covered real quick here. So Brian and I have gone through a good chunk of the stuff. You got no money,
Wow, what
unfortunately.
a surprise.
I know.
Mm.
We negotiated, thanks to Brian remembering the alerts and that you shouldn't be
Yeah,
near
he
the
he
belt.
wasn't he wasn't going to give us any heat, but I
Well,
talked him into giving us one.
because your license takes away two, I thought what you did was a two, and then Brian's like, "Hey, remember we weren't supposed to be in that sector," and then I was like, "Oh yeah, you got the alerts, so you have this reprimand on your record, as it were. So you have one
That's fair.
heat, yeah,
Yeah,
um,
so as usual, I negotiated
yeah,
against us
against your better judgment."
successfully.
Brian, why are you even here? Why, bro, why are you here?
Because he wants me to
Bro, why are you here?
understand how I can
No,
run this
no,
game.
no, no. Brian, listen. Brian, you've got to play the game in two ways. You got to play and like understand how this works, but also make it easier so those people coming in later don't aren't just randomly screwed over by like
It's
him
not
remembering the
random. It's
rules.
perfectly rationalized. It's not arbitrary. And then the entanglements, you scared Brian away. The entanglements
That's not
usually it
what I'm
takes
saying.
longer. Uh, the entanglements, we had Brian roll, and he rolled a three, so we have new friends,
Oh,
which we have not defined yet. So I wanted to wait to see if you were going to be here to help do that.
oh,
And
okay.
then we moved into downtime. So we have no money, so we rolled for upkeep, but our amazing mechanic made sure that we only have cosmetic issues. Our paint is mostly seared off from the heat.
Nice, nice, nice.
Um, so and there's some like things busted up on the inside, like the brig won't close anymore thanks to your.
The airlock.
Oh,
That
oh
wasn't my fault.
Oh, did we bust?
no,
Oh, that's right.
he busted the
He broke the
brig.
brig too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful if you want to put someone in there. Um,
What do we
and
do with him?
he's still with us.
I'm teaching him to drink.
Yeah, he took him to a pilot bar. Yeah, so we'll get to that. Yeah, I mean, what I think we established at the epilogue last time was that he was sort of helping Link, and I think I just ran with that. So he's officially the mechanic's apprentice,
All right.
and his ports and things are covered up. He's he's learning by doing, which is the way you should learn, of course. And I'm assuming that one of you got some sort of credentials as an alter ego, even though currently he's going by the name of Null,
Mm-hmm.
which is short for the bounty hunter alias of a target we don't want to know their name of Null and Void. And so now Link is indulging in a vice to get rid of some stress and has taken Null with them. And we're describing this place. It's called Crash Course. It's a pilot's space bar.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're still in the IOTA system, which may or may not be the best thing, but and yeah, we're just describing it as this place has like pieces of ship wreckage, things that, but you had to have been involved either as a pilot or someone. Not, it can't just be something that you paid money for to get for status. So it's like probably like a dirty space spoon type place with drinks and sandwiches. And Link here ordered the kids meal for Null. And what is the usual? What do we see for Link? What is that?
Um, yeah, I mean, just a bottle of some dark brown liquid, and maybe they've got some kind of like hookah setup
Okay.
with who knows what in it.
I feel like it looks like a mnemonic tube or something that comes out of an airplane engine, or not airplane, spaceship engine. Yeah. Okay. So like no like almost like without thinking, when you take a moment away from it, he reaches for it because he wants to do what you're doing. Do you let him imbibe?
Yeah, the kid's got to learn.
Okay.
But
All
I'm
right.
just like, just take it easy on this.
Okay. I will not destroy it.
I mean, like, don't breathe in too much. Just
Oh.
go easy.
Okay.
On your first time.
So you're sitting there, and there's some patrons and whatnot. There's probably a few people who are like almost always here. Like retired or just veterans who this is kind of their life now. They might take on a job, but it's probably they're just here just to share stories and just have a sense of community. All right. So while this is happening, what's going on with Cypher?
Well, now that this whole thing is over and we are broke, I might as well spend the last of my money trying to indulge in something. So what I'm doing is while they're gone, I'm gonna go watch a really nice show, like a proper old school hologram version of like Shakespeare's like Hamlet,
Oh,
which is like
cool.
a full on like experience. Where I'm in a seat and it's happening around me and I'm appreciating it. I'm just gonna sit there and just get it all into my system because then I could just race the world and push them away. And then when I'm done, I will then call Link and find out what he's done with our target. And then we need to get paid.
Okay. So let me think. Because this game of Force in the Dark type system only has the players make the rolls, right?
Mhm.
So we have an NPC out doing stuff with you. Some of it's a
Let's
little
say when you're running the game, like you can make fortune rolls occasionally if you want to
yeah,
like
yeah.
randomize things.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right. I feel
Or you
weird.
can just say it happens.
This is true. Yeah, this is true. So
Sometimes just
I
embrace
think
that you
it
don't need
if
randomness.
there's a couple factions you're kind of like tracking
mhm.
during like downtimes, I think it does specifically say you can like for whatever goals they have clocks that they're trying to fill and you can roll kind of. I haven't used that much, to be honest. Usually the players are doing enough stuff to like generate, story as far as what factions are doing. But
Whereas
Nice.
I
um
say, don't hesitate to just throw some mental into it. I'm like, just make some shit up. What are they gonna do?
but
Oh, we
it's
didn't roll for down entanglements. I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
I
but I mean,
know.
for one shot, it doesn't really matter. But if you're running
Yeah.
Scum and Villainy, if you want the universe to seem like a living place where factions are kind of all off
hmm
doing their own thing,
hmm
having them occasionally like complete a clock and show the consequence of that in the universe can be fun. But
Awesome. Awesome. So I'm going to say while you're in the middle of your stupor, uh, you hear a familiar voice. Maybe it's just in your mind, uh, but this person says, "Who's this?" And you recognize it as Len, a black market dealer. And they're probably standing about a meter away from the table. What does Len look like?
it's um, oh, I know what that looks like. Kind of like a fly.
Oh,
He's got
so
the
it's a
face of a
Xeno.
fly.
A Xeno. Okay. Nice. So they have like the multifaceted eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. All right. So yeah, like the form of Len kind of solidifies more, and he's got two hired goons standing behind him. How much? How much did you owe this guy?
I'm trying to remember what the basically, yeah, I was buying parts from him,
Mhm.
and the idea was that like he wanted, in lieu of payment, he wanted like illegal activities on my part.
Right.
That I was like, yeah, told him no way, I'm not, basically. So I don't know, like in as far as I'm concerned, I don't owe him anything.
Right. Right.
As
Right.
far as he's concerned, like
I think he still
I
thinks
do.
you owe him a job.
Yeah.
And so you're in your stupor, and I think you can roll to resist this if you want to. I think what they do is that Len signals to his hired muscle to take the kid.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not gonna want to do that.
And with the intent of holding them hostage so that you will do the damn job.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll definitely resist. I don't know.
And I
I
think that
guess I,
what's on the table is that you're going to get roughed up as well too.
great.
So how much should we resolve some of the stress first before this happens?
Sure, that
Okay,
would be good.
how does that? Let's figure that out. So so you need to make a roll, right?
Yep. go ahead and roll. Ooh, that's only 2 stress.
So you did not get very far into your enjoyment, it seems.
No. Well, because I've been interrupted. I wasn't done.
And I feel like the kid is also their system is not set up to take on this, so they can't really function correctly either. All right, so you only recover 2 stress, right?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead if you want to resist this. I think that if there's a fight, I think that they would not try to really hurt or kill you because he wants you to do the job. I think it would be
Yeah.
like a tussle, and you might get thrown back into the table or something like that, just to have distance so that they can leave with the kid easier.
Right. So it's probably just a prowess resist.
Mhm.
Yeah, I told you, Len, I never agreed to do that job. You want payment for something, you gotta agree on the price in advance, not after the fact. Okay, I just basically got those 2 stress right back.
What did you roll? Because I lost connection.
I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Mhm.
So
And you got a 4.
I gained 2 stress.
Okay. So
And yeah, so this is just me. Yeah, I guess grabbing the kid by the
scruff of the
by the back of his jumpsuit, and then like shoving the table towards Len and his thugs, like to keep it.
And there's general chaos in the the vicinity of the crash course, and of course the barkeep is yelling, "Take it outside!" And it's like you're already heading on your way out, and there's going to be a little chase scene here. But I wanted, oh, by the way, who has the ship right now? Does Link have the ship, or does Cypher have the ship?
I'd say Link has the ship.
Okay, cool. So, Link, are you heading to the ship, or are you heading somewhere else?
Yeah, I guess we better get out of here if Len's going to be making things difficult.
Sure. Okay. So then we cut back to Cypher. Let's have you make your stress or your indulging your vice roll.
So it's just 1d6, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, unless you have a friend with you that can give you a free bonus die.
Nope, just 1d6, and I got a 5, which I will take.
Yeah.
That's much better.
Well, I mean, Cypher was not interrupted by a debt collector. So yeah, you're feeling great, right? That was really refreshing. I know. What was the agreed upon rendezvous point for your parties? Or you just head back to the ship where it was parked? Or
I was gonna head back to the ship.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Just make it difficult.
Mhm.
Link had to pick. What's called? Link had to pick me up.
Oh, okay. So what do you do? What do you do while you're waiting for Link to pick you up?
So once I'm done with that, I'm probably gonna be in a bar somewhere having a few drinks, smoozing with these because I've got my nice dress on because this is like a posh area.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be more sociable. So I've got
Oh.
long flowing dress. I'm sitting by the bar, I have a drink in my hand. I'm looking fabulous. I'm enjoying thing going. I need to figure out how to make more money. We're so broke. Oh my god.
Oh, perfect. I would like for you to make a fortune roll.
Ooh, that's just D6, right?
Yeah.
And how does that work?
I think you roll a d6 and
Especially get a 1.
Did you really? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I have no luck in this game.
That's
swear to
perfect.
Christ.
Okay. So, you're in a posh, I don't even know if they'd call it a bar. They some fancier name. Evening cafe or something. And there are a lot of people seem to have money flowing, and I don't know what kind of people attract Cypher's attention. So what do you think would attract Cypher's attention for like someone who's interesting to maybe flirt with or get to know better?
Anybody who has a name tag above their age. Usually people who stand out.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of people who stand out. It doesn't matter what kind of person they are, as long as they're different. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm like, wow. Especially if they look like they don't belong there, either upper classer or lower classer.
Okay. There is a memish person, right?
Mhm.
The alien from the aquatic world,
Ah,
and they appear to currently to be the only Xeno in here. And I think you know they come over to get another drink from the bar and kind of look at you and smile in their memish way. Their tendrils kind of move a little bit.
I'll lean forward and say, you should definitely try the whiskey and lemonade. I don't know how your kind takes it, but it's to die for around here. And I think he pulls a little bit extra in because he likes Xenos.
And so I think the Xeno, the mem, takes you up on that and and says,
I'm gonna fuck this fish. Okay.
"We have just gone explicit." um, so the person that orders it, they all right, and they get it. And I think what they do instead of just taking it, nodding at you, and going back to their table, they stand there and they sip it in front of you to see what your reaction is to them. And
I'll.
you can kind of see like these little I think as they drink it, like wherever the alcohol touches their skin, these little
Mhm.
purple like small dots appear on their skin. And so there's a little bit of a thrush effect going on.
I'm going to go. Not gonna lie, I partially wanted to know if your lips do change color when you drink it. Never seen one of you drink before.
I wonder what else happens to my lips.
When you taste something different,
Hmm.
well, buy my next whiskey and lemonade, and you can find out.
All right. So I
Mhm.
unless unless there's something else, I feel like we fade to black,
Yeah, sounds good to
and I
me.
feel like what we see the two of you like somewhere else, like in a room somewhere.
Mhm.
Let's cut back to Link and the Great Escape, the hustle, scramble, right? Scramble to the ship
I
with
believe in you.
an intoxicated apprentice who's slowing you down.
No problem. Um,
I think like his speech is slurred, and he's describing like things that he's seeing that he's never seen before, and just
mhm,
kind of
mhm.
rambling as there's no stealth at all. Like he's just blah, 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 blah. Cows really do come from the Milky Way.
Oh boy. Okay. Um,
Are you pushing yourself or anything?
I think I have to. I'm just gonna have to go in
I
and go
believe in
Yeah.
you.
for a second.
And Lem and his guys, um, they have not taken their guns out yet because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you're still kind of that would cause some trouble for them. But they are definitely packing.
Let's see how it goes. Nope, that's a
Yes. Oh,
wait. Is that mine? Is that my roll? No, that
oh, that was the fortune roll. I think.
it's not. It's not refreshing. Why is it not?
I think they're having a problem with connection over there.
Cord. Who's Cord?
You are, aren't you, Link?
Yeah,
Brian?
Am I
yeah,
cord? Oh,
yeah.
that is me.
You rolled
Okay, that
one.
is me.
Mark experience, right?
Yeah, I forget. No, it's on desperate rolls that you mark
Oh,
experience,
I'm
not
sorry.
not
Yeah,
on failed rolls.
I never established. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm happy to mark experience again if you want, though. I don't mind. No.
I definitely at the end of the last session got sloppy about. I think I rolled several desperate rolls and never marked
Yeah,
it.
I think you did. Yeah,
It's all right. Doesn't
that's all
matter.
right. All right. So, let me see.
Okay. So yeah, I mean,
This is like a very awkward,
the kid,
uncoordinated run.
the kid has been captured. And I'm like,
Well,
fine.
oh well.
I'll do your job. Fine.
I feel like this is like in an alley, like on the way to your ship. Like we can see your ship in the distance, but like you're like lying in some garbage, like you've been knocked down, and even some of your speech is slurred, and the kid
Yeah.
is just like, yeah, like, and he's just rambling off random trivia and things that have been trapped in his brain for who knows how long. And Lem is like, yeah, I'll be in touch. You're doing me a favor by paying off your debts and being a good man of your word.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now.
Um,
Just when it's done, give me back the kid unharmed,
yeah,
or you're buying yourself more trouble than any of this is worth.
I think one of his henchmen does that, like, oh, big man. But I think Lem nods. He's like, yeah, we'll take good care of him. We'll treat him like one of our own. And so I think you just see them turning with the kid and walking away. And then realizing that you were supposed to go pick up Cypher. But Cypher hasn't sent you a message or anything. They must be doing okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm in
just
no rush
worried,
to do
man.
that. I'm more stressed out than when I started. I gotta go meet up with my friend. I gotta go meet up with Nisa,
Okay.
and I gotta like finish getting drunk.
Okay.
Kid's gonna be missing for like 2 weeks. And I'll come out like, where's my kid gone?
So I think what we see in the room, right?
Mhm.
It's hard to see. There's not very good lighting. I think what we see is the two of them are in bed, and I think the mem says, "I was expecting something different.
What do you mean?
I was expecting nothing.
What did you get?
More than I bargained for, I think."
In my head, I'm like, yep, I have that effect. Outside, I'm like, so did I. I don't think I caught your name.
That's okay. And he reaches over and pulls out a gun and shoots you.
What? In the chest? I just die?
So this is so how would we frame this surprise
Sure.
shot? How does that work,
A
Brian?
desperate action? Because I'd be like, oh shit, and I'll try and get out of the way.
Desperate limited?
Limited scramble?
Yeah. Yeah, because I think you're just trying to avoid being shot. Scramble
Yeah.
totally makes sense.
All
I don't
right.
think you're going to try to block it with a pillow or anything.
No, I'm just gonna be like, oh shit, and then jump out the bed dramatically.
Okay. Yeah, definitely desperate.
All right, let's do it. Where's my dice?
Now
Okay.
this is only because I think it was you who said, please, please, please inflict harm on us.
Yes.
So there you
Absolutely.
go.
I appreciate it. All right. As is my first roll tonight, I'm gonna push because why not?
Because you're feeling, or you were feeling okay.
I was feeling good. I was like, I could take a shot or two. Can't be
Yeah, I
that
mean,
hard.
come on.
Let's see if I can take a big one. And 3, 2, 1. 2 fours. Rubbish.
Okay. So let's see here. So this shot.
Mhm.
So let me see. That's kind of like a partial success. Let's see. Do it. All right. Sorry, I'm missing something here. So, come here. Let's go back down here. Mark XP. Gather that. So, statistics. All right, success with consequences. You get away, but I think in doing so, you're going to have to leave all of your stuff behind.
That's my clothes.
All of your stuff.
It's not worth trying to resist. I feel. You know what? No, I think it makes more. But am I going to be naked outside the house?
Well, I mean, you don't have to be. You can grab like a sheet or something like that. That's
That's
totally
not because like for cameras purposes,
Yeah.
I'll have like a pillowcase
sure. Yeah.
that I can I'll just
But
put
like,
on dramatically.
yeah, but like your clothing, your communicator, any weapons or anything else that you may have had with you, that's going to be left behind.
That sounds fair. All right, screw it. Let's do it.
Okay. And what I think you may notice, like after you scramble out of there, because there's more shots, is that one, it doesn't sound like a normal pistol. And two, you may have seen like the evidence that they're shooting like a tranquilizer type pellet.
Ah, nice.
So they're not trying to kill you per se. So
all right.
you get out of the room.
May I?
Yeah, go for it.
So there's this moment, right, where we're in bed together, and he's like, I expected something more. And I was like, well, I'm feeling smug about myself. And I turn over to grab a glass of wine, and I'm turning back, and I see him reaching out. I think he grabbed a glass of wine too. And he comes back and he points the gun at me, and I look at him. And we both look at each other, where's the gun? And I pour the wine into his face. So he's like, and his face like changes color. And that's when I roll off the bed and I avoid the first shot. At which point he gets up, starts shooting. I'm like under bed crawling dramatically as he's shooting through the bed to try and get to me. I like throw the bed up, like as I get up to throw him off behind. I run to the door. I get to the door. He sees it. I start shooting it. I dive into the bathroom as I pull the door open. Realize I'm not gonna make it. Look out the window. Grab like a pillowcase that was on the floor next to him, so he shoots where my hand is. And then the final shot is me leaping out the window, falling into the garbage beforehand, and then wearing the pillowcase so it covers up there and down there for the camera's reasons.
Sure.
That fair?
I love that. I think also be given like the mood of this, I think that you hear your partner here kind of laughing good naturedly as this is all going on, almost like you're playing.
I like it.
Even though you're maybe scrambling for your life, especially until you realize that they're not bullets even. And I think like he pokes his head out the window and like blows a kiss at you.
I look up and I'm like, hey, I'll call you.
All right.
I scramble out the road. I'm like, I gotta get in contact with Link. Where is Link? Why is he not pick me up yet? I have no clothes.
So you probably find some like local payphone or something.
I'm just like, Link, hello, Link.
Yeah.
Link.
So where is Link on the ship
Link
at this point?
Well, I don't. What do you want the timeline to be? Because Link's plan is to go.
Oh, you're gonna go to Nissa. Yeah. Okay, let's go back there. Like it's like if this was like a thing on the screen, you see like Indulge Vices Part 2. So we cut to where is Nissa? Because I don't think she would be at the crash course.
No.
Yeah. Where would Nissa like to meet you at?
I wonder if I'm like. think I'm like in her office
Hmm.
where I know she keeps a bottle, and
Hmm.
like I'm just there to like
You're just gonna vent.
commiserate, vent,
So this is
maybe
this is
get I mean, he's like, maybe becoming a bounty hunter was a mistake,
oh yes.
what's how's the old job going,
You're
like
kind of
what's
wondering if there's an opening for you.
yeah, just
There.
reassuring myself that like if I had to, I could just go back to working as a mechanic.
Why so difficult? Yeah, like the first time you got an apprentice as a bounty hunter, they were taken from you. I mean, that's gotta suck. Like I don't know what's
Hmm.
going through your character's mind in terms of like the relationship that you've been building with this person. But yeah, like your employment opportunities definitely seem to be challenged right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think Nissa, I think I feel like Nissa is not trying to give you patronizing help or anything. I think she's there, she's listening to you and making sure that you're okay. Um, I kind of feel like also like there is like like she has a job board thing too.
Hmm.
So I think like over her shoulder, you can kind of at the bar, but for people working for her versus just random pilot jobs. So that kind of is a reminder too of your old life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bounties.
And she's like, so
Bounty bounties bounties are not like ship engines. Ship engines, you fix them and then they're fixed and they're better. Bounties, bounties, you taking a bounty, you're helping somebody, but you're not helping them.
does Link
I
actually
thought I was helping me. I thought I was this is my way to get ahead, and I'm moving backwards.
does Link actually share the details of what?
No.
Okay, I want to make sure. So
No, we're friends, but like, yeah, he wouldn't
yeah, so
get her involved in that.
yeah, so I think what if this is appropriate? I think what Nissa does because you're a mechanic, right?
Hmm.
So I think she tries to reach your reasoning, right? Especially since you just brought that up. Like I feel like as a mechanic, if there's something that you can take apart, right, and look at and figure out, how to like put it back. It may not work perfectly, but at least you can take it apart, look at it, and then do something with it. That might be a way forward for you. So I think what she kind of asks you about. So I hear bounty hunting is difficult. It's not easy, and most of them don't last long. This isn't to say that you can't make a life for yourself in this, but back when I saw you working as a mechanic here, like you were always problem solving. You were always taking something broken apart, looking at the pieces, thinking about what you would change, and putting it back together, at least for the short term. And so I can't help but think, what would she knows you by your actual name, right? Or does she not?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What would Cordgree do with this situation you got here? What would you look at, take apart, think about, and then put together for at least the time being until you can do a proper overhaul?
I think the advice is penetrating, but at the moment he's like
Yeah.
just keeps taking swigs off
Yep.
of this
Yep.
bottle and like take a take apart Lynn's face, and then he just like passes out.
And I think that's when the call comes in. And
Hello?
I think what we have your contact Nissa. I think she reaches over and turns it on, and so we have this split screen of Cipher with a pillowcase in whatever situation, and then we have this woman Nissa. I don't know if Cipher's seen this before in an office, professional looking office. Yes.
Oh,
This
hello.
is Mr. Gree's phone. Can I take a
Uh,
message?
I'm terribly sorry. I was looking for my friend Link. I might have the wrong number.
So she turns the phone so you can see the top part of Link with holding a bottle of alcohol.
Uh,
And then she kind of puts the phone into Link's hands. And she says, "You can use my office for a few minutes. I'll step out." So she leaves.
Hey, Link, how you doing?
Better and better.
Fantastic. I've almost been killed by possibly some kind of bounty hunter. Not quite sure why. Long story short, almost got shot by a mem. Could you and the kid come pick me up, please?
Kids, I don't have the kid.
What do you mean by you don't have the kid?
Len's got the kid.
Sorry, could you clarify what you just said? Because for a second I thought you said I don't have the kid. Len's got the kid. I just want to make sure that's exactly what I heard. I'm having the worst day right now. I really don't want more bad news.
You'll give him back. I gotta do a job for him.
Where are you?
Right here.
How long has the kid been missing?
Holds up the bottle and he's like, this point. Pointing to where the liquid started.
Could you please put that lovely lady who was there before on the line for me, please?
She left.
Link, put her on the line.
I guess I'll go wandering out looking for it.
So you leave the office, and you
Yeah.
There's some people who you used to work with, like, "Hey, are you back?"
Just visiting.
Oh, okay. And they kind of give you a strange look, seeing what you're holding. And yeah, Nis.
Oh, I left the bottle.
Oh, okay, cool. So like Nis is down the hall, and she sees you outside, and she comes back over.
It's for you.
Hello, are you
Hi.
bounty or hunter?
Yes.
Okay.
Currently. More importantly, I'm terribly sorry for my friend, but I'm assuming if he's there, you probably already know who he is. I don't actually know where your location is. If you let me know, I will, I guess, walk over to it if I have to.
You could probably arrange for a shuttle.
I don't really have the money on me for that, unless you plan on collecting. You do it?
I'll come pick you up.
No, no, please don't go anywhere. Let me just come to you. It'll be much easier for all of us involved. You just stay right there. I'll come get the keys and I'll take care of it. I can fly plane. Come in hard.
Just give me 5 minutes. And he like starts falling asleep standing up.
So Nissa says she says, "I'll send someone to pick you up."
Thank you. I really appreciate this. I didn't get your name.
Nissa is fine.
Nissa. Cypher. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. All right.
Click.
So I think we just cut to the future where you're both on the ship. And I'm assuming, Cypher, you're in some other clothing and whatnot. And yeah, so
I am going to roll and go through my dice.
Oh yeah, heck yeah!
Yeah, that thing we wanted to do.
and I'm taking the bonus die for doing it with a friend.
Yay!
That's a 5.
Oh, much better.
Okay.
It might have been that you went back to where you felt life was good too. Back at your old job. Yeah. Okay. Lloyd, looks like you're going to say something. Looks like you want to say something. Okay. So
sorry, I'm having to like shove food in my mouth because I'm like,
that's
I've
okay.
got all things in my mouth.
So Brian, what do you think the usual arrangement? Do you wait for him to just contact you again with the job, or is there something else that you think Link would be doing at this point? Are you going to try to get to him before he gets to you? What?
Um, no, I think my plan is to do the job, because as much as I didn't want to, the thing is, this kid, there was a bounty on this kid. If he figures out that this kid is worth something,
You guys are going to be in trouble.
we're really screwed. So we can't mess around. We got to get this kid back. So we got to just do the job, whatever it is he wanted us to do.
Okay.
And get the kid back.
There's not a job generator, is there?
I
I
think
think
there
there
is.
was.
There
Let me
is.
see, because I'd be curious to do that. It's probably near the back, is my guess, or is it in with the bounty hunter versus?
Here we go. Jobs, page 338.
Oh, it's almost there. All right. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna do some
I have a link.
random rolling.
I have a link right here.
Perfect. Are you gonna share that?
No.
just
Yes,
gonna
it's in the chat.
just gonna be proud to have the link. All right. Oh, nice. Why is it all highlighted?
Don't worry about it. Just click the row button at the top.
Okay. Let's do that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this works. Where did it go? I liked it. Where does it go? Did you guys see it?
Looks like if you click off of it, it just disappears.
Oh, that sucked. It was a good one.
Well, if you remember, just do
Well,
it.
yeah, just do it. Yeah.
I just saw like 3 things on it, not all like 10.
You don't need to do all 10. You got the 3. That's enough.
The 3 you like, you can keep. And
yeah.
God. No.
it looks like there's a copy to the clipboard or save button.
Yeah,
you
but
gotta make sure you hit those first.
Yeah, you got to know to do that before you do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does. You can't keep rolling them and it'll add them, but then yeah, if you click off of that little window, then they just like all disappear forever.
I'd feel bad.
I feel like No. No.
Is this our entanglement or is this something else?
Oh, the friend one, right? You have new friends, don't you?
Yeah, because they're also supposed to like approach us with a job.
Okay. We've got a lot going on here.
I'm trying to.
Okay. What do you think would be an interesting new friends? Should they be overt or should they be kind of on the sides right now? Because we got like at least 2, maybe 3 threads already going on here. We've got the Len thing. We've got the chase on Cypher, and some other things from last time.
Who were we doing who put out the bounty that we did last time?
It came through official channels through the Hunter Core, so you don't know who the client was. It came through the.
Did we find out from the kid who he was running from?
I don't think we had that discussion. Really okay. Do you want to do a flashback on that?
Oh, I'm just trying to look at like what faction, because like the idea is what faction
so
are our new quote friends.
So like
I'm trying to figure out who we've pissed off and who we.
Well, it was mentioned. A faction was mentioned that was not the Coyotes, of being involved with the research center. And that was the Vignorans.
That's right.
Yep. So it is very likely that they're involved, pursuing you in some way. The other complication we may have still, because I don't think you discovered the tracking device on your ship from the coyotes. So that's
No, we
still
never
there.
did.
That's still there. So there's a lot of potential stuff here.
All right, so David,
Mhm.
it's up to you. You have 2 hours to put all of this together into one cohesive plot and make it work. I believe in you. Good luck. We're gonna do a mission, rescue the
So
kid, solve our crisis,
yeah,
stop the coyotes,
yeah,
put that together.
exactly. Season finale wrap up. Exactly. So here's what I think it is. So I think Lem sends you the information, encrypted information. He doesn't want to take a chance that you'll maybe fight him and overtake him or anything like that. So I think what they want you to do, and let me go back to the sheet because I don't want this to take too long, is let's see what the job would be for. Okay. I think this job that you've been tasked to fulfill your debt to them is 8 credits. Now, obviously, you probably would not receive 8 credits, but that's the scope of the job that I think it would be. So I think he'd be willing, give the kid back as promised, and give you I think what he would say would be 3 credits. And so I think what they want you to do is to steal a ship from the shipyards. Simple, easy.
Easy.
You're a mechanic.
Who's the ship for?
Who does the ship belong to?
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be. Let me go back over to the systems. It is.
Feel free to use any of the characters we've met before.
Oh, I didn't even remember everyone. It belongs to. Where is? Oh, I'm on the wrong sheet. That's why. Okay. It belongs to House Malclaith, who is an ally of the Hunters Corps that you work
Oh,
for.
of course.
It is his personal yacht that is being upgraded.
Okay, Link. So we're doing this job because 1, we need the money, and 2, we need the kid back, or we're in trouble. What are your options? How do we steal a ship? What do we need to know?
I mean, if we can get aboard, if we can get everyone else to evacuate off, I think I can get into the systems and bypass the security. And
So what we need is just so people think we're taking it without stealing it, so they don't go looking too long. But we'll also need a place to drop it off ASAP where it won't be spotted. Will those people provide that? Oh, sorry, Brandon. Here.
sorry, I'm just looking at in the system we're at.
Because my intention would be we get paperwork that says we're meant to be taking the ship away for repairs or whatever. We take it and we just don't take it where it's supposed to go and drop it off and get the heck out of there. Seems the most simplest way from that problem.
Just to clarify, this ship is in like a shipyard being upgraded by
It's
Oh, it's
mechanics.
been
it's
upgraded.
being it's
Yeah,
being
so
worked on.
being saying that it needs to be worked on, it would be happening there.
Which means someone's gonna come and pick it up. What does the owner of it look like?
Oh, it is going to be the head of the house, Malclave.
There wouldn't happen to be a tall, very pretty, dark-skinned woman by any chance, would they?
No, he is an average height, genetically handsome, white guy with money.
Fuck. He's got money. He would never go on his own. He'd never go pick it up himself.
What
He's
does
got money.
what
He's
does
part of the
Link
system.
what does Link look like?
Wait, hold on, Link. What do you look like?
I could put a portrait. I look like that.
I'm gonna hold the two portraits next to each other. Is it like I go like that and they're the same person? And I look over at Link like,
Make a fortune roll.
go on, luck, hit me.
Somebody make one.
I'll make it now. Uh-oh, I just connection. Refresh. What is with these connection issues?
I don't know. Too many gamers.
No, not fun. All right, here we go. One! They look nothing like each other.
No,
So
no, they look exactly.
Never mind. I go like that.
Yep.
And I look over at Link like, Link, listen. Okay, we get the paperwork to say he's coming to pick it up. You pretend to be him. We get a whole bunch of fake stuff. We pull all together. We get on board. We say you're here to pick it up. You fly it out. We're good. We get out of there. Nice and easy. Open and shut case. Not a problem. I'm your bodyguard. I'm taking your silence to mean consent, and that is a great plan. By the way, I hope you know that. I'm taking that to be that's what it means.
It's a terrible plan.
Well, you know what? If you can come up with one better, I'm just going to ignore it. So here we are.
I guess we're gonna try.
Hey, look, the kid's going to thank us when we do it.
Is this kid really gonna be worth all this?
I'm not leaving him behind.
All right.
All right. Glad we agree. Okay, I'll go find. We gotta find something to wear somewhere around here. Somebody get something nice. Gotta look the part. And yeah, we'll go get prepared.
Do you have any pillowcases?
I'm like, I got 2 pillowcases and a gun belt.
All right. So I feel like that's deception.
I think so, yes. Once again, when you only have 2 crew members, realize that your options are deception or infiltration, and there's nothing in between.
Let's see. Okay. Would there be any other information gatherings that either of you would want to do ahead of this? Well, you're provided some information from Len. So let me give you some of that. Oh, actually, I want you to see if you want to make a roll or something, and then I can add or subtract from that. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, it was said, but not really explained how. Cypher just said, "Yeah, we'll just have the papers.
They'll just appear. They'll just appear.
Yeah.
We'll just have them."
It's like, I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
It'll just happen, right? We just get paperwork.
Yeah, Cypher's just like whenever we start a mission, they're just magically there. So
Because I usually just rely on Link to get it. I'm like, I don't do this bit. Link's the hacker. We'll just have paperwork. It'll be fine.
So some kind of paperwork or credentials.
but I mean, really, that could all just be part of the score. That could be, you know,
Could be
Yeah.
part of
Well, if we're
flashback or something.
yeah.
well,
for
actually,
flashback
what
to
we
how
need
we
to
get
do
it.
is find information about him because we need to match his attitude. Because we don't know if these people have met him before.
Mhm.
So would need to do a profile, like a, I don't know, like a Facebook check or some shit.
So who would be doing that?
I have no idea what role is needed,
Okay, I
but I'm
think
assuming it's probably Link. 'Cause
Link is
I'm gonna be back.
volunteering. All right, gather information on your alias here, your mark.
I guess it's just a study.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Study. We've got the Nexus link on the ship, so
Yep.
he's
Mhm.
just using that.
Are you gonna push or anything? Let's see.
No.
We've got our gambit back. Okay.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'll need that later.
Is anyone going to assist?
I could. Do you know assist? Link?
I'm at one die. Do we want to
I'll
hear a
assist.
devil's bargain?
Do we hear Devil's Bargain?
So you're gathering information on the head of the house, and whatever we come up with and agree to will happen regardless of your role. I'm going to say, because this person has an alliance of sorts, support to your faction, there is definitely going to be someone there from, I'm going to say it's your contact, because he's going to make sure that what's going on there, that the Hunter's Corps is helping to maintain security for this guy as a personal favor. So your contact, who we met briefly previously, is actually going to be there.
I hate this bargain. I don't like it. It's shit. It's a shit bargain. Fuck you, Devil. You suck.
Wouldn't that be great on a show?
I
Just,
think it's
didn't one of you say use someone who was there last time? So there.
Yes.
Okay, so we're taking it.
What I mean, yeah, it's
Thank you, Brian.
Of course we're gonna take it. Like, no way we're not.
So we have a devil's bargain
okay.
and
Is that
assistance.
instead of the assist or also? I'm getting.
I think in addition, if the rules allow, because I know you can
Oh,
only.
you can do both.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
you just
wanna,
can't do a push or yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you can't push for an extra.
So
die.
how do we see Cypher helping is on this?
I don't know how computers work.
Just keep bringing me cups of coffee.
Or I do the legwork to find out things in person, or go places to get information, or pick up stuff you might need.
Yeah.
Please roll double sixes. Why did you roll 3 5s?
Five's not bad.
Five's not bad at all. It's almost as good as a 4, but better.
It's exactly the same as a 4.
It's basically a mini crit.
It's a poor man's crit. Okay. So let's see here. Let me look down here. Okay, I have an idea for something. I think you're going to have a very short window because you find out that he is actually going to be arriving that same time in that window. And like you went from maybe having like a 2-3 days to like a half a day to pull this off.
Damn.
But they're actually, expecting him, so we don't show up and they're like, "Oh, we didn't think you were supposed to be here yet."
That's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else we have to do? I guess we make the engagement roll.
Ooh.
All right. So 1D for sure luck, and I think, given the situation, I don't think you have any particular. Well, you do have inside information from Len, so I
Hmm.
think that might be an advantage.
I'll take it. Honestly,
Yeah,
anything's better than that one we keep rolling.
yeah. I don't think you were at any major disadvantage at the moment. Can you think of any, Brian? I don't. I
No,
don't.
not,
I don't.
not
I don't see anything. Okay,
Mm-mm.
so you're gonna have those two dice, I believe. Who's taking the lead on this?
It's gonna be Link,
All right, Link, go ahead and roll.
our team leader,
Go.
or whenever we fail. Okay, I take it back.
Ooh, almost a one.
How are you doing this? I mean, it is basically a one. How does this keep happening to us? Has
No,
any mission we've been on not been desperate?
but you get experience for that, don't you?
I don't want experience anymore.
Okay. So let me pop back over there. So many tabs. Okay. Failure with consequences. All right. Bad results. You're in desperate when the action starts. Okay. So, how about this? It's 30 after. Um, we technically have an hour and a half ish.
Mhm.
Um, let's take a 10-minute break. I need to think about this, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Sounds good?
Deal.
All right.
All right.
See you in
See you in 10
about.
minutes.
Yeah. Bye.
I am here just eating.
Okay, good. We're back.
All right, can't wait to do this once again. Desperate check, because that's how we roll in this hood.
There's often what dice results we roll here, which is great.
Desperate actions or nothing else.
Okay, so let me close this. All right, so I think what we see is, are you doing anything to the ship to disguise it or anything? Like, how are you getting into this situation? I'm curious.
We can't come in with our own ship. We have to come in because we're flying that ship away, right?
Mm-hmm. So
So we're
what's your
probably coming in through like normal transport, something we can rent for like a
okay?
minute.
The equivalent of renting a limo to
Yeah, just to give that impression that we know what we're doing before we actually take out real vehicle.
So you're going? Are you going in as um, the head of the house, or are you gonna change after you get there?
Let's go in as the head of the house from the limo, the space limo, and I'll
Mhm.
be your bodyguard all the way through with like armored up, looking like I'm ready to go. Because it gives me a reason to have a higher load.
Nice, awesome. Okay, so the two of you arrive very low key for House Malclave to the shipyard, and I think one of the things you notice as you're even pulling up to the shipyard, there's a lot of security here. And there's a strange ship uh, nearby, nearby the shipyard. It's not docked to it. They probably use a shuttle. It's a fairly large kind of mixture of modern and ancient. Like some of the hull looks like it's maybe ceramic or organic. It's got sort of like almost like tree ring patterns to it. So that's kind of an odd thing. And it doesn't look like it's in need of repair. Like it's just here. It does not have any House Malclaith branding on it or anything like that. So that's good. You do notice a couple patrols and small crafts, like one or two person crafts that carry the brand of the Hunter's Corps that you belong to. And there is another ship nearby. It's not as large as that strange ship, but it is a good sized vessel. And I need to ask Lloyd, or perhaps Sahan al Talan, what is the heraldry or the branding of your royal house that we would see on this ship?
Why you gotta be like this, bro?
You said I need to bring all these things together. I'm working
Bro,
on
why you gotta be like yeah, but not against me.
it.
Me.
Well, it can't always be just, on Brian's character. We get to share distribute the load here.
What it is what looks like a shield,
Mhm.
but the top bit, you know how shields like tapers up from the pointy bottom to the top bit. At the top, it concaves in, and peeking over the head is what looks like half a skull that's holding two swords coming in over the shield.
Perfect. Perfect. So what is the reaction that we see or hear? Because you're in the suit of armor, right? So what what do we see or hear, whatnot, from maybe not Cypher, maybe Sahan Al Talan?
As we get out of the space limo, and I open the door, and I'm walking forward. I'm not like, don't worry, Link. I have a good feeling about. Uh,
And I think at that time
uh,
we see a royal shuttle departing from it, heading towards the shipyard.
Link, we're gonna have to be really quick, like in and out as soon as you can, because that's trouble.
yeah, the plan wasn't to linger around any longer than we have to.
No, oh yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. No need to worry about it. You know what I was thinking? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's do it now. Come on, let's move it.
I mean, we don't actually have the keys to this thing. I'm gonna have to bypass the security. That will take some time.
They all have the keys. We can ask them. I don't care what we do. Just be quick about it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Out of character. Brian, are you okay with me bossing you around a lot? I hope I'm not
Oh
really
yeah,
being an
yeah.
asshole. Okay,
No, no.
I have to double check that you're not actually like fucking done with you, Lloyd.
No,
Okay.
all the annoyance is just my great acting. I'm having a good time.
All right. So did you um, radio ahead that you were coming by space limo, or is this you're just surprising off schedule?
Yes,
You want to do a flashback to that, or I don't know that we need to. You're not
I'd
gonna
say
do.
we told them we're coming.
Okay.
Do it. No, you know what? No, let's
Oh no,
because I said like I'm gonna need some time to like bypass the security. We don't want them to have the ship fully prepped to like leave because then it's gonna be strange that like now
that's a
just
good
leave me
point.
alone in this room by this terminal for a bit
For 20 minutes.
for reasons.
I mean,
Sounds good. Let's do it.
I
Fuck
mean,
it. We're just gonna turn up.
So we'll just like
royalty often just do what they want, as someone
right.
here who's not me might know. Um, okay, so you just show up. They are unprepared for the house to be here, and they also like. Um, this is one of the heads of the dock workers who comes out with a couple, assistants, and they're kind of falling over themselves because they, things are on course. They're trying to reassure you, um, this is, and he looks around and says, "Where's the rest of your retinue? We were expecting more. We were expecting your extended family, and and so on. Your ministers for this auspicious day. You know, the day of ascension for your house, Malclave. Um, the we're almost ready, and I think what the audience sees is there's a ship that comes in from the hegemonic media to cover this as well, right? Day of ascension. That's something that only happens a few times in any
Mhm.
house. So there's going to be media. There's going to be a lot of extra attention going on here and extra security.
Yeah, I mean, yes, for security reasons, the festivities have been moved. Please, uh, we, yeah, we saw this coming. So let's flash back to us prepping for this. I've got like some little data pad or something that
Yeah.
we made in advance to like here give them these coordinates for where the festivities will be. Due to security concerns, we had to shift plans. Which is also why we could alert them in advance. Security reasons. That's all security for security
Okay.
reasons.
So I think I have to say what the stress is going to be for that,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you
Depending on
need to
how
make a
complicated.
do you need to make a roll for it as well, or just the stress?
It depends if you think it can be
Okay.
just the stress to like just have done a thing, but if you think doing that thing requires a roll, then you can flashback
I
and also do a roll.
I'm just gonna say one stress.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, they go along with it, right? Because you at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you're in charge
Just
here.
handing them this data pad without even looking at
Yep.
whoever I'm handing it to, and
Yep. And they quickly, follow and guide you into they have special security to get in and out. It's a code that changes every few minutes. It's updated. So they get that open for you, and you go in and you can see some musicians and performers they're doing some practice runs ahead of the formal ceremony. Um, and you see some guest celebrities from the hegemony who are kind of cordoned off and being wined and dined over in the corner. Anyone who's anyone is going to be here today for this great event. Um, so yeah, you're let in there, and the person who's been with you who says, "Oh, and by the way, um, the representative from Vignorin is got here early and is waiting to speak with you in your private reception room. It is Lord Asphodel." And then when you are done speaking with him, we also have, of course, um, what's the name of your house? Is it Altalon, Lloyd?
Altalon.
Yeah, the Lady of Altalon, Sahan's mother, is waiting to also speak to you about the arrangements.
I'll lean in like a security detail, whispering in Link's ear, and I'm like, under no circumstances are we going to deviate from the plan. You got to skip all of these right now, especially the Altalon one.
She has an update on regretfully, they have not acquired your betrothed yet.
Actually, I changed my mind. We gotta go to this meeting right now. This is really important. We gotta see what's going on here. Listen, you have to make sure we go to the Altalon meeting. I will. I need to be there. It's very important. Okay.
And it's almost like he's waiting for you to like say or do something to punish the messenger for this information.
What is the title of the person, the Altanon? Is that it?
Asphodel?
Is it Lady Altanon or?
Oh no.
What would I?
For there's two people, Vignoran, who wants to meet with you, and then the Lady of Altalon. I don't know if there's a separate title, Lloyd,
Yeah.
for the female head of the house.
Matriarch.
Matriarch?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Fuck it. That'll do.
Matriarch. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes, the matriarch, the head of the house. Yep.
Yes, I'll speak with Matriarch Altalon now.
And this person looks very worried, but Lord Asphodel is scheduled to meet with you first.
I may not have time. You'll have to wait.
They look like they do not want to deliver that news to Asphodel. And he's like just standing there like waiting for you to change your mind.
I've said my time is short.
Very well. So then they change course and they direct you to a different room. And in this room, it's moderately decorated. This is not your formal room, which was reserved for Asphodel. But we see. I guess I'll ask Lloyd what his character's mother looks like, but in very nice, like for a lavish, important event, dressed.
So my mother, whereas I'm played by Gina Torres in the TV show, my mother is played by Angela Bassett. She has the big headdress at the very far top. There's like a slim white number to match all the black eyewear that she wears all the way down. It's like it's like flowing robes with enough space to move around fairly simply. She has long white gloves that she wears as well, and the headdress is like a big pompous white one that she puts on because she's seeing guests. And she looks slender inside it because all the women family looks slender. That's just the way it is. Welcome to fucking Hollywood. And that's what she looks like.
And standing a few steps behind her are some ministers, and there is also in sort of a olive green suit, very understated, is Zeno, Memish Zeno, who's holding but not drinking from like a champagne glass, and seems to be just quietly standing back there.
It's not the same one, is it?
Yes.
That's the room. I'm like, oh God, why?
So she greets you according to the station, and she probably is more because given of recent events, she is more humble than you at this point. And she states to you that she wishes your health well and whatnot, does the normal sort of royal chit chat, and then has to share with you that unfortunately her house was unable to procure the destined fiance, betrothed, as promised years ago, and that we will keep working. We are resolute. Unfortunately, it just may not happen today on your very important day of ascension. And like kind of out of the corner of her eye, gives like side eye to the Memish, who's just sort of like decides to drink their champagne and turn around a little bit.
And I'm just like, I can't believe this is still working. And I'm just gonna like
I
looking at Cypher like
I
you
lean
wanted
in like I'm
this.
getting like a message from the radio in my ear, and I lean in and I'm like, call off the engagement. Just trust me on this one. Just make a big fuss. I don't care what you do. Just call it off. Just listen. Just please. I need this. Okay, and like yeah, do it. Also, tell me not to send bounties. Don't. Yeah, just do that. Okay, bye. And then poor Link is like, what the fuck is fucking Cypher talking about? And I'm just like, call up the engagement and tell him to stop sending bounties. Really
So
important. Okay, bye.
so um, what do we think the action would be to maintain a false identity? You know, saying
Sway
Okay.
would be your.
All right.
Do we have any points in that?
I have one.
Oh, great. Cool.
Because I think everyone would be expecting the house or to respond in a certain way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the person down below who brought you up here, you didn't seem to respond as harshly as they were expecting, and now you're up here in this sort of very formal situation.
I feel like Link is mostly like trying to like just talk as little as possible.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I'm like,
but
I
there,
need you to
but
make
but
a
that
big scene right now.
that runs into limits. You know that can only work for so long. The question is, does Link listen to Cypher and like, or just
just do something,
do whatever he thinks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that you have a watch or something that's counting down to the expected actual arrival time.
Right. Yeah. Link is. I mean, we're going to take off in this ship. Whatever deal he makes is not going. It's not going to last.
It might do if I can get them to leave before the other guy turns up. And I'm just sitting there like, please, I do not need this right now.
Yeah, I don't think Link's going along with your plan. I think Link's just going to. He's trying to just play.
So I think.
So he's just like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's just like your family and mine were considered a suitable match because we trust in your abilities. I continue to feel that if you give me your assurances that this will be resolved properly, I would not doubt your word.
You're going to make a sway roll here.
Yes.
Are you going to use any stress and push yourself?
Well, what's a devil's bargain? There's got to be a good devil's bargain here.
That something will
I mean,
happen.
I know a good
Mhm.
one.
What do you have,
Uh,
Lloyd?
I think the good one would be that what's gonna good devil's bargain would be that they would try to assure this is happening by attaching someone to us. Like going, hey, from now on, this person is like they'll like double down on the search for Sehan and be like, this person's now here, they're designated, they'll look for them forever. They're not leaving in, they'll report to you every
Yeah, I mean,
day.
the devil's bargain is just that the the pressure later is going to be all that much greater. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They're
I'm
like, we saw up on our honor, we'll find out within the next 2 minutes or some shit like that.
oh
Like tripling down.
you mean from your house?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Because that makes sense no matter how it phrased. They're like, no, we're
yeah,
doubling down. We're moving into the quad
right.
to find her now. We're that serious.
Yes, I have an idea. That sounds great. So I think your mother does promise renewed effort, including working with the Hunters Corps and their expertise, who've already been able to prove successes in finding high-ranking personnel. And I think what she says is that
Sure, we'll just take that bounty too and drop Shahan off in the belt of fire.
yeah, I mean that's just
It's
where
a,
you take
it's a
anything you
proven
don't
it's a
want.
proven
Yeah,
plan.
yeah. I think she's gonna say, and I will personally work with Captain Vecchion to put this at a higher priority, given how much I know that their success is also your success. All right. Did you roll?
Oh, no.
Do you want an assist? I don't think I can assist you in this one. It would be rude if I did.
If you're interrupted, like, because
I can't
run,
interrupt you. You're the
you've
you're the
no,
prince.
but you've run in noble circles, right? So if like you keep having, we've already said like there's vague security concerns. And so if my security guard keeps like whispering in my ear, like as far as they know, like, oh, I'm dealing with business, but
Oh,
you're
that's fair.
actually
That can,
saying
yeah.
but you're being like, no, don't say it like this. Say it like
Say like that, please. I'm giving advice as I'm out there. When my mom is like, I'll find her.
I hope you roll. I hope you roll a 1. I would love it.
Listen, you got 3 dice, okay? At some point, we
Yeah.
gotta roll a 6. This is it.
At some
This is
point,
the moment. At some point.
3 1s would be amazing.
It's a 5.
To be honest, it might as well have been 3 runs.
Okay. All right. Success with consequences. Okay. So the obvious consequence to this, I think, is that this might actually, because there's going to be a system search with, I think that it is possible for a cipher to be found out. Right?
I think that's fair. I think I think that's fair.
All right.
I think you should resist that. Yo, no,
we've got less than an hour left. I mean,
yeah,
come
true.
on.
Right. Fuck it.
Okay. So do you respond in a way that she is expecting? Like you're a little bit like harsh, but accept the terms sort of thing?
Oh yeah, I'm whispering your ear, right? So I'm just gonna whisper to you what to say.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like it's not like a savagery or malicious. It's like that's the expectation when you don't deliver. It's kind of like a royal business matter is not successful here.
Repeat after me, but sound really vile in your voice. It seems the families outside of my reign think that this could be the better way of solving their problems by incompetency.
Wait, what?
Oh my God.
I didn't follow that.
It seems the family outside of my reign think incompetency is the way to solve their problems.
Yes, seems the families outside of my reign seek to solve their problems with incompetence.
And that
If
that
this, no, one finish.
go ahead, because they're seeing more assured that this is proper and how this is going.
Had I known this would have been a problem, I would have picked a separate family with far better credentials than yours.
I love how Cypher is undermining her family.
I'm just like throwing them under the bus. I don't go fuck.
But this is what they would say, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to be as
Yeah.
fair as I can. Oh, and then finish up with, do not speak to me and leave immediately if you do not wish for my wrath. Very important. You had the last bit. But they leave immediately.
So I'll just repeat all that.
Oh, that goes over as expected. So okay, so then what? So time is ticking, whatnot, and what next happens is a little bit maybe not anticipated, but the doors open, and in walks someone wearing strange archaic armor and a suit, kind of tall, kind of thin, but very confident. And behind him are two soldiers, guards, in all matte black enamel armor. And you don't hear them move at all as they move behind him, but you do hear his footsteps. And pale, very symmetric face, piercing eyes. There's a hint of Nolan in his face. And he moves, about 2 meters apart from me. He says, "My apologies, but we have business to conclude."
Oh, I don't have time.
And conclude it we will at the ceremony.
I want you to roll command for this.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Okay.
We're gonna have to push for one die, aren't we?
Yeah.
Can I assist by standing like I know what I'm doing? So like get a bit bossy, like just like sort of like flex a bit, just to be like, don't get in the way of my lord.
Sure. Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't think he actually feels threatened by you, but I think that it makes sense in the fiction. Yeah, go for it.
Yes, I gave you a die. What more do you want?
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to sell the idea that there was for mysterious reasons we are in a hurry.
Yes, we just need him to move.
That's another 5.
Fucking, we'll take. You know what? We'll fucking take it, mate. At this point, I'll just take anything. I don't even care anymore.
Okay. I think what he says to you, he says, "You realize if we do not conclude our matter today, on this most important day of your life and the fate of your house, it will mean ruin.
Yes, of course I know. I know exactly what I'm doing.
And I think he just very politely, almost in like a programmed way, steps aside, as do the two soldiers, and just this sort of like almost very minimal nod of respect to you, like, so be it, and just would let you pass. I would like for you to, or maybe pass this back to, this makes more sense to have the mystic do this, right?
Mhm.
I'd like for you to roll a tune, I think.
All right.
To notice something in the way, is that
I don't see shit.
what did you roll?
I rolled a 1 and a 2 because I can't roll for shit in this game.
No, it's not that you don't notice anything. It just doesn't go as expected. Failure with consequence. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Lloyd. Um, Mark experience, I think. Or
Oh,
do you?
cool. Hey guys, guess what? I leveled up my freaking. Oh no, I haven't leveled up that one. That's a different one. Fuck.
Um, and so I think as you're leaving, I think you hear like this very low, rumbly whisper of wait. And there's a threat in that tone. And you're like, I would say like 4 meters away at this point,
Mm-hmm.
halfway between him and the door, getting out of here.
I mean, if I had a command, I would stop. Because in my head, I wouldn't think that was anything outside of mistiness. Now just stop moving. And then I'd probably, I guess I would actually try and stop Link from moving. So I'd give the whole hand out to stop. But then I'd realize what it was I just heard that somehow it was my head. And I would turn around while my mask is still on, still a little bit like wide-eyed, but hoping it doesn't show.
I think, especially for Cypher, you feel something a little familiar. Remember before when you were in contact with the,
The creature?
the kid?
Mm-hmm.
I remember how the kid was hacked.
Yes.
You
It's the
feel
same
that
feeling.
that is the present. This person was the one controlling the kid at that time. And it looks and it feels like he's starting to make inroads into you.
All right, I'm gonna resist that. For my action, I'm gonna turn around, look at him, and then it's just gonna hit a wall as I roll full resist for that to block his attack. I'm assuming that's what I can use resist for, right?
Yeah,
For
yeah,
resisting the achievement for the roll I made.
yeah. Go for it.
All right, and that is a tune is 2 for the resolve. And let's see if the dice love me or hate me. I resist and I lose. I take only 3 stress.
Only 3 stress.
Should I? I'm going to use my gambit to take no stress.
Okay.
So what happens is he says, wait. I turn around, I look at him, and there's a moment where we lock eyes. He can't see my eyes under my visor,
Hmm.
but I see his, and he's like, he's gonna pull us closer. And then I sort of look at him, and he can feel the smile under my helmet as I turn around and walk away.
I think he doesn't say this. I think there's in his body language a very subtle shift as his guards pull out their vibro swords and then begin to charge after you both.
And I go, and time to go. Go, 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 go.
So what do we see?
Fucking scramble. Get the fuck out of there. I will grab Brian.
No, not Brian.
I'm sorry, I will grab Link and I will just vamoose out of that room. We've got to get to the ship immediately. Since God hates my rolls, I have to try something else out. Would you consider this a desperate action?
Yes, I would
Ugh.
definitely consider this desperate.
All right, listen, Dice, listen. Okay, first up, I'm pushing myself
Yes.
to get to the ship immediately because I can push myself to use the way to propel myself
Hmm.
at superhuman speed.
Hmm. So you realize before you even roll, you realize that there's going to be a lot of security outside the ship.
Mhm.
Um, so it's not just going to be a matter of getting to the ship and getting in. There's going to be barriers in the way from what you've seen of this whole setup here.
Can I make an amendment?
Hmm.
Could it be that I force leap onto the ship,
Oh.
skipping all of that by going through a window? I grab him and I force leap over a ship, skipping because
All
as
right.
far as I'm concerned, once
No,
one Abaddon made me,
I,
it is
I,
done.
okay. Let me reframe this. I think I love it, and I want to make sure, Brian, are you okay with being pulled through a window and whatnot? Okay, so I'm going to say that
We're going through a window.
that's what it
Yeah,
sounds like.
dramatic reasons. We
I
break through a
mean,
window and
yeah.
we run.
I mean, what? Yeah. I mean, who knows? You're not wearing the massive armor. Um,
I mean, maybe through a window seems on a spaceship seems maybe there's
Well,
just
no,
like
because like
no, not like not through the spaceship itself, but to get to the spaceship is my
yeah, like the
understanding.
okay,
building we're in
the
through a
building.
Yeah,
window.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So here's what I think. I think by this point, because everyone's getting ready for the moment, the ship has been moved out of its secure hangar area that you would have had to break through to get into, and has
Uh-huh.
now been put on display. And we have like the performers, doing the sort of prelude music. We have the celebrities let out of their little confined area so they can mingle. We've got the reporters, we've got the royal vassals. Everyone is in position in the main open area now. And all that they're waiting for is for the head of the house, who, oh yeah, has just arrived, um, to show up, to make a speech, and to fly off in his ship on this very special day. So I think what we see a cutaway of the head of the house officially arriving, and the same guy who met you is confused, shows up to meet him and says, "I thought you were already here." Blah blah blah. And so there's this misunderstanding going along, and he's just like, "Come on." And I think for the sake of this episode, he also just has one lone bodyguard. He's like, "I decided to keep it simple. All the pomp and circumstance downstairs, we didn't need to add to that." All right. So then we cut back to you fleeing for your life, is my understanding, through
Mhm.
this large, ornate, like stained glass space window.
Nice,
Is
nice.
that what we're doing?
Yep.
All right. Is there an assist, or are you resisting? leaping from the second floor height through a window and down on top of the spaceship.
I'm just a little stress left, but sure, I will assist.
I appreciate it because I need that die. I don't know how to. I don't know. Listen, the game thinks I suck. It's just wrote nothing but. I don't think I've wrote above a 3 all game. So this is the one. We do it or we die. It's one or the
Yep.
other. Here we go. 6.
What a beautiful moment this is.
And the best part, I just leveled up.
Yes.
I
Okay.
can't believe I put it off.
So
I'm so surprised.
I think you're definitely going to add to this. That you turn the other way. Like normally you just run down the stairs. You avoid the stairs and all that. You just run through the window, leap through it. My assumption is one of your hands is holding on to Link, right? I don't even know
Yeah.
if Link is
No,
aware that he's going for an unexpected jump right now.
I just
And
piggyback. Get my
yeah.
piggyback right.
yeah, screw it. I like leaping on my back and I'm like, hang on, and we're doing
and
do that leap.
and smashing and like almost like slow time, right? Like the people are turning, they hear the crash. Like I think it's coordinated with like some percussion and trumpets playing, and there's this giant crash. There's lights, and I think some people think this is part of the show. right? Like there's going to be some cool like video or something popping out of here. But instead what they see is they see a armored guard person pulling the head of House Malclave through a window. Like this is a dramatic entryway. And nobles are eccentric, but this, who knows? And then two other differently blackguard people with vibro swords leaping in the similar arc following them. And all of this is happening. I think what we cut away, we see the actual head of the house showing up in the main hangar down on the floor, seeing this happening. Lloyd, would you like, or Brian, would you like to add or modify that entry?
I mean, that's pretty
And
dramatic.
this is all getting caught on video to be shared. Will probably be censored, honestly. But, anyways, it's currently being video recorded as this is happening.
No, I mean, I don't have something to add to it, but I think that was exactly what I wanted, so I can't really argue again. I'm like, no, thank you.
So you land on top of this amazing yacht that's been retrofit with whatever cool stuff, tech. And the two other bodyguards from your lord up there also land on the ship. So I feel like
Kind of
there's
hoping to leave them behind.
I feel like there might be some tumbling when you hit the surface here. So there will potentially be harm involved from that, unless you have a move or something that says otherwise.
Well, not because my move was move at
Go ahead.
superhuman speed.
Mhm.
So I'm assuming it counters landings and things like that.
I think your armor would counter landings and things.
All right, I'll take it.
Does that work? Now, does the fake head of House Malclave have any armor?
No, I don't.
Not even a flashback to like expected body armor.
Remember, we have +1 load. By the way, we didn't actually decide what load we're going on.
Yeah, I forgot to ask.
Oh, I mean, I assumed I'm in light because
and I just assumed I was heavy.
Fully disguised.
Yep.
Okay, so we do have the, what is it, loaded for bear?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, then for sure. For sure. I'll go ahead and be wearing our.
Yeah, all our armor counts as heavy, so it's always good.
Yep. Okay. So
yes.
Now, do I decide how much harm is inflicted from this?
Yes.
Okay, let me take a look and see. I mean, it's only.
So what is the harm? What is the harm being?
It's from leaping from a great height and falling. The impact on this ship.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a sense of how much harm that might be? Leaping a couple floors and landing on an armored ship.
Once again, pointing out, I'm using the way, so that should at least count. The whole point of having the move of movement at swim speed, I don't have to worry about landings.
Okay.
I mean,
here's
yeah. I'm just trying to understand the timeline because we rolled a 6.
Does that make a difference then? Do you just ignore it?
I mean, but it.
I'd say we get one or the other. Either we have the damage.
I mean, it almost feels like it could have been a devil's bargain to like, okay, you can like, I'll give you devil's bargain. You're gonna get harmed. Like,
that's fair. Let's just say I'm trying to use the rules and I forgot the devil's bargain. So let's just say
there are situations where you could just say oh, but this situation happens not as a result of a consequence, it's just because of the situation. This happens. You can resist it. You pretty much always give the option of resisting. But you could say like, this is just so physically dangerous that you're facing harm. What do you want to do? And we could just say, we'll go ahead and use our armor to.
I think
take it. Usually the amount of damage is kind of like set by like is this a desperate? Is this risky? Is it so that would kind of
this is desperate.
Yeah. So you could say this is like level 2 harm, level 3 harm, like whatever you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say your armor and the way together absorbs it. Is that fair?
Yeah. So we agreed that you need to have the way and really heavy armor to resist that, right?
Well, I'm just gonna like roll with it and say you have like some like body armor that would be expected for the head, and you have your armor, and you have the way. I don't want to be a jerk about this. I'm just trying to think about.
Oh no, 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 that's
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Because now I can ask the other question.
Mhm.
What about the guys who followed us? How bad are they hurt?
Oh, they roll with it, and
Oh,
their
god damn it.
armor also probably absorb most of it. So they're not like young recruits or anything. They're well trained and genetically engineered. Okay. And I think what we see distorted versions, reflections of you in their matte armor as they come up with their blades to bear. Are you going to engage with them, or just try to get into the ship, or is one of you going to hold them off, or what?
I'll hold them off. Link, get in the ship. Get the ship ready.
Yeah,
I'll
that
see what I
seems
can
like
do.
a good cutting back and forth between
Yes, yes. All right.
Link
So
getting us into the
let's
ship
have.
and
I want Link to roll because this should be in his wheelhouse, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah. Let's see how.
I have my fine hacking rig,
Mhm.
which so we are, what are we, tier 1 crew,
Yeah.
and so that means it's equivalent of tier 3 hacking gear.
Cool. And what is
And
House Malclife at?
Mouselife is a tier 3 faction.
Okay, so what does that equal out?
Um, so yeah, they're a tier 3 faction. So like, yeah, I mean it's tough, right? Like if we're trying to break into like what are there? Yeah, I mean he probably has as good a security on his personal ship as he has on anything. So
Yeah,
you
this
could,
and
Counterpoint.
his ship was just upgraded to
and it
like
was just
Yeah.
upgraded. So yeah, you could say like all the security on the ship is tier 3
okay.
would make sense.
Counterpoint. They just moved the ship. They're
Mhm.
probably thinking of moving it again. It's probably already got most of the tops ready to go. So I would say that should drop its security down by a bit.
I
He
love
has
that.
he hasn't come. He also like presumably hasn't come in and like
Oh,
putting his palm on the thing to
yes.
like
Yes.
set
So
it to
like
him,
it's
and
like getting
you
ready
know,
for that. Yeah, so it hasn't been set yet. So let's put it down on like I don't know, tier 1, right? It's like
yeah. I mean, we could just. I mean,
yeah.
I would probably say like, yeah, it's reasonable. This is
Yeah.
like it's going to be standard effect, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah,
we're
yeah.
more or less
I love
on
that.
even footing.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to do a flashback to say I don't know if this works in Scum and Villainy, I don't remember. Where you're looking at the blueprints of the ship from Len. Would that be helpful, or is that not add anything more
Um.
to you?
Yeah. So that kind of thing. If we were at like limited effect, or if we wanted to
Okay.
get it back to
Oh,
standard, or if we wanted to somehow get it up to great effect or something,
mhm.
then yeah, you can sometimes you can flashback, do something else as a setup action for this
Sure.
action
Okay.
to like boost your effect or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know that we need to do that
Okay.
right now, since we already kind of negotiated for
Mhm.
standard effect. So I am going to expend my special armor
Mhm.
because I am a hacker. That's one of my special abilities. So I can expend my special armor to push myself on this attempt.
Mhm.
And I will hack the system. Do we want to
Do you want me to have a clock?
see how this goes first, or we want to see how the fight goes and then roll at the same time, or
Oh, I think that's totally fair. So yeah, we've got um, we've got Cypher against two commandos, right?
Mhm.
That to me seems risky limited, unless there's something else.
But I do have a fine melee weapon.
Ooh. So that changed it to risky standard, right?
I have no
I don't either.
I mean, yeah.
I'm trying
I
to
mean,
I'm trying to like mentally understand these shifts without it seeming completely arbitrary.
yeah. I mean, because all the factors you're taking into account are like the scale and the tier and
you're not
all
just
those
yeah,
things.
you're not just fighting one, you're fighting two, but also you're heavily competent.
Yes,
So yeah,
I say as I roll 2 1s again.
that would be great.
Yeah, so fine melee weapon just takes you
Yeah.
equivalent up to a higher tier.
Let's do risky standard.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and if this was like, the dueling specialist of the faction, these are a couple of, I mean, they're high level grunts because this is a decent level
They're,
faction.
these are
but
these are these are bodyguards for the NPC. Yeah.
for the Vigneron, right? And like
Yes.
Vignerons aren't like a faction that's known for like being awesome hand-to-hand fighters.
No,
So they
no,
don't have
they're being
yeah.
awesome.
So these are
yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's not like their specialty or something. So yeah, I think
Okay, here we go. Oh
Come
God,
on,
dice,
come on,
please.
come
I'm
on,
begging
Come
you.
on, come on.
okay.
6.
Yeah.
Oh my
6
God.
and a 5 in the hacking attempt.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, I
So
would love-
David, just a heads up.
Yeah.
What you should do, right, is when it comes to rolls like this, you shouldn't make them roll multiple times for a fight
Mhm.
or multiple times for a thing.
Mhm.
Be like, look, it's one roll and we're done, and we'll see what state you're in after that roll. So if I
Right.
rolled really badly, just be like, right, they capture you or you're on 3 harm, and it's up to me to resist to make the fight go longer.
Okay.
So you're like just be like that way.
Yeah, I mean,
you want to cut down the
Yeah.
you want to cut down the rolling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean,
like,
standard effect basically means like, yeah, the fight is won basically with that
Okay.
that roll. So
And-
that, I mean, but
Mhm.
that's if it was limited effect, then it's kind of, you can kind of go from like one roll and the fight's done to, okay, this fight is going to be a clock
Takes
because
longer.
you're up against, this is a boss
Yeah.
fight, and it might take a couple rolls to fill this
Right.
clock.
I see this fight as just a deterrent, and also bringing in the presence of this faction more into your lives. And we get a shot of the actual head of house watching this with their mouth just wide open. They haven't imposed themselves just yet.
I did like I want that bodyguard.
Yeah. If oh man, this bodyguard's great. So
Only I could marry them.
exactly. Only there's something we could do here. Oh, would it be okay? I know you got a 6, but I think it would be cool if during the fight, maybe a blade did this to you, but where you lost your helmet, or do you not want that to happen?
You know what? Just because it's dramatic,
Yeah.
I think at some point I lose my helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Feel for a second, because I want that bit where I'm like halfway through blocking 2 Vibrosaurs with my fine staff.
Yeah.
Where I do like a sweet spin, lose my helmet for a moment, my hair flicks around dramatically.
Yes.
And I grab it and put it back on again, but he catches a glimpse of my face.
Yes, so that potentially, if we were to play longer, people could say it's her. Yeah. All right. So you have a consequence, don't you, for the hacking?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a suggestion for what that might be?
The ship can only be fly by him.
Well, that doesn't actually.
No, like we can't give it away. No one else can have the ship. Even if we give it away, they can't fly. It's just.
Well, I mean, that doesn't really affect the current scene.
Yeah, true. You're right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What do you think?
I mean, it could just take longer, and so
No,
what can happen?
Link, no,
That's
boring.
anything but that. Anything but that.
Because
I rolled a 6. Please
you
don't let me roll again.
You can only
Um,
twirl your hair a couple times here. I have an idea. What if the weapon system comes online and just starts shooting?
Ooh, I don't really want to be killing innocent civilians, though.
Oh, this.
I mean, and the thing is to keep in mind is like the consequence doesn't really have to be like something that went wrong with the hack. The consequence could be
something else.
Something from the outside shows
okay.
up.
Okay. Here's what I think happens. I think that oh, I know what it is because mentioned this earlier and didn't do anything. So, given what a public thing this is, and everyone still thinks the head of the house is there, your Captain Vecchion climbs up and with a couple more hunters, probably people you've at least
Yeah.
had coffee with, and they're now coming to your aid. Um, does that make sense? I know it's a consequence. It's not negative necessarily, but they are joining the fray because no one should be attacking the house right now.
That is true, and it makes it worse for us if we get
I
caught.
mean, it could just be that
Because I think what
they
will
come in
happen,
and recognize us or something.
yeah, I think they come in, because they're part of the security detail here, and guests should not be fighting guests. So they may be trying to break it up, and maybe Captain or one of the other hunters does
Spot one of us.
spot one of you and notice you. What do you think about that? Is that strong enough?
I think it's strong enough that I feel like resisting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
All right.
that
Good.
sounds fair.
Then
Let's
it's
do
probably
that.
strong enough. Yeah.
That's good enough. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a nice. This is insight, I guess, because it's hacking. So to just like get it done quick enough that we can get in the door and have it
They,
locked behind us
yeah.
before they.
They could
Sounds
still
good.
they still board, but there's no recognition.
I need you to not pass out from this, or we're in trouble.
Yeah, I need a decent roll here, or I will.
Or we are fucked.
Or
I
we
can't
get to
fly that ship.
we get to watch you pilot it. Yeah.
I don't like that. Oh god, I was coming close.
That that does fill my stress track.
Does it need to fill or does it need to overfill?
I think it just needs to fill.
So you take a trauma or what?
I think I trauma out. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what does that look like? You do you
So I do it. I get us.
Yeah.
I'm basically just like
I feel like you see the captain and company.
I see them
you're
coming
just
and just like get the door open, like unplug the thing, get in.
and you probably just like ungracefully fall through the hatch.
And then I'm just like, yeah, spent.
So yeah, you back to Cypher, you definitely fend off these two, right? It's totally up to you if you want to take them out or not. But I think you would incur some negative feelings from a certain faction if you slew them, but
I'm not. Well, no. I mean, like I'm playing the PG-13 game, so I will be like block. We'll do some sweet backflips halfway through fighting the wolf and the staff. There'll be a moment where I'll disarm one, and they'll disarm me, and I'll grab their Vibarax as it comes down and stop by their neck, but not kill them, and then just Sparta kick them off the ship. And cool. I'll look at the other one and be like, you want some of this? And they'll just turn on and jump off as well. And I'm like, cool. Still got it. Barely, but still got it.
Do you more gracefully jump through the hatch into the ship? All right.
The wee.
Awesome.
And then I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
And then you end up having to fly.
Please don't make me roll this dice.
I don't know that I want you to roll. I feel like it may not be the best piloting, but I feel like given all the chaos and no one, and like probably on the ground level, the real head of Malclaith has made himself known. He's like, who's stealing my ship? And probably people are like, what? And then we just cut to you guys somewhere else, right? We can even cut to the payout if you want. Just to kind of wrap this up.
I think it should cut to us like sat in a seat, looking at each other, going, "This kid better be fucking worth it." that was like a 10 credit job. I'm in so much trouble. We're so screwed.
All right. So, for the sake of closure, do you mind if we kind of run through that end of job stuff?
Yep. Cool? Let's do it.
All right. So let's do this. I did not expect any of this, so thank you all very much. Okay. So you meet with Len at a decided location, and let's see. He was promising you 3 cred.
Yeah.
Are you going to try to work for more, or just
I am so tired.
take it
I'm
in?
just gonna take the 3. I'm just gonna. I'm like, no, you know what? I fucking with this. I'm gonna take the 3.
And he does, true to his word, hand the kid back to you too.
Oh, thank goodness.
And then heat. That was a lot of heat potentially. How do we think that would go down?
Well, for one thing, we can't really use our license to call that heat.
No, that was not an official bounty hunting job.
There's definitely high-profile targets involved.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, let's go to the list. Where's the heat? All right, so
is that a 4?
I feel like it could have been loud and chaotic, but I think because we didn't kill anyone, I think we should go for contained and standard exposure. However,
but
definitely +1 heat for high profile.
Yeah.
No matter what. That's just the thing that happens. So that puts us on 3 heat, I would say.
And that's in the same system you were before, so that adds, so you have a 4 now.
Why would you do this to us? We can't work here forever now.
Well, you made your choices that the kid was valuable enough to do this for. I know. It's family or something. Okay. So entanglements. New friends. Did we ever establish that really? Okay. Let's just have you make another roll and we'll see if that's anything different.
I'll roll it.
Okay.
2.
Go for it.
Okay. Unquiet black.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
What does that mean?
Some creature or like way creature or something is like infected our ship.
Oh gosh.
We need to either deal with ourselves or hire an exorcist or exterminator.
Exorcist.
I love it.
Cool. I mean, essentially.
Yeah.
We have our own mystics, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
One time I had the ship get infected with like space lice.
Yeah.
And then like they kept one of them and raised it, and it became the alien pet of the ship.
Nice.
It's great. We don't have to play through all the downtime, but I kind of feel like maybe we do like an epilogue.
That sounds fair.
Yeah, it could be part of your downtime. But I'm curious to see what your characters might be demonstrating or showing us with the kid or not with the kid. What do we think?
I mean, do we get different epilogues each, or
if you want to do one together, you want to do them separately, I'm fine with however you want to do that.
Because I think there should be a moment where, I mean, now that we've actually got some money and we to sit down, would be us trying to sort of make like there'll be. I'm surely we should have an argument between me and Link about why I think the kid is worth it and Link doesn't think it is. Unless you think the kid's worth it.
I think like Link likes the kid.
Link does like the kid. He keeps questioning like if this is a smart thing to do. But
right.
In fact, I think my trauma is soft, and I think actually Link is going to be pushing for like bounties to be more like extractions, rescue operations, like those kind of bounties.
That sounds fair. I'll take it.
Meanwhile, while we figure out what the hell we're going to do with this game.
I think my individual one is that I'm going to call my mom, because I know she's definitely looking for me. I need to call her and tell her to stop looking for me.
I mean, something that we probably see mid-credit or whatnot are like snippets of the media coverage and reports from the event. So you're gonna call your mom, okay? So of course, when was the last time you talked to your mom or called your mom?
Before I went on a mission that I abandoned. She sent me a good luck.
Hmm. So I think that, yeah, she takes the call. Um, I think you have an I think you realize that she has a tracer on the call, so
Hmm.
you can't stand for too long.
All right.
But
So,
she is concerned for your welfare. That's for sure.
and yeah, so yeah, we'll talk, and I'm like, mother, interesting move with the mem. I didn't see that coming. I'm generally impressed.
I think she gives you a warm smile, like she takes it as a compliment. She says, "Well, I know your tastes, I think, and if you want, I can, you can share your location with me. I can send him right over."
I'd love that, but I was actually just calling to ask you to stop looking for me
Why would I do that?
because there are people who need me to be missing. And for me to be missing, I have to make sure people don't get hurt. I I'm my own woman now. And I know you want this whole marriage thing to go smoothly and everything to go there fast, but I'm not coming back no matter what you or anyone else says. Stop looking for me, mom. You're only going to put yourself in danger by doing so.
You can't stop me from doing that. When you're a mother, you'll understand.
Yeah, well, I'll hold you to that and I'll cancel the call.
Nice.
And there's a moment just sort of just sitting there and like the co-pilot seat, just staring off into space, wondering what the fuck my life is going to be like now.
Do we see anything more for Link? Oh, by the way, uh, Nolan, he learned some card games while he was away. He's good at counting cards, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just see. I think we just see Link with Nolan in tow, just teaching him
Hmm.
the his way around the ship, how to repair things.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything too more complicated than that.
Nice. Good. Awesome. Any stars wishes? Anything else? Any comments?
I thought you were a lot smoother with this one running. I think going what happened was great. I think feeling free to amp up the difficulty was hilarious because you know it was a one shot, it didn't fucking matter. You're like, whatever, fuck it, jump off the plane, let's go wild. I think you
Yes,
have a better grasp,
especially if you have more players, because then the stress kind of gets spread out
spread
more.
out. Yeah. Because
Hmm.
only two of us were like, ah, help me, help me, I'm gonna die. Um, I thought you did a great job with pulling the story together the way you did in a second, because that's the kind of nonsense I love, where you're like, well, I'll find a way to tie all these things together somehow. I don't know how, fuck it, it'll work out. And I think they were great for that. I think also I thought your beginning bit with all of us having some weird shit happen to us was great. I thought that's the kind of nonsense I like to see. And it worked out the way it was, and it played greatly. That's my stars. If I had any wishes, uh, mm, consequences were fine. There was we had to clarify what counted as a result of an action, depending on what you rolled, and also a devil's bargain when I rolled. But we had that 6 when I did that jump,
Hmm.
and that's about the only real thing I complain about. I think everything else went smoothly.
Good.
Yeah, but I mean, to some extent, the point of these games is to stop and talk about those rules. Like in a normal game, maybe we wouldn't have like stopped.
No,
get into the nitty gritty. You just because the thing is like um these Forge in the Dark games are they're not that delicate. You can kind of play pretty fast and loose with the rules. That they have like these interlocking systems because like it there are parts of it that are like inspired by like what's that game Burning Wheel, but like it's not delicate the way Burning is. It's you
Don't
can
mind me.
you can get stuff wrong and like it really doesn't matter. It's there's yeah, there's a lot of rules that it's funny like back when Google Plus was a thing. I remember John Harper talking about certain things like just like when the crew advances or stuff, there's like it's kind of complicated. There's a list of things you do, and like people were talking about how like they always forget to do different parts. And he's like, "What do you? I thought you like when the thing happens, you go to that part of the book and you go through the steps because like in Burning Wheel, like you have to do that because if you screw it up, like it messes up the whole way that game works." So he's like, that's the thing. When the thing happens, you do the ritual of going through the things, and people are like, "Yeah, no, we screw that stuff all the time."
So
But it's actually fine in Forged. It's like
so I think there's the session end, right? Where we didn't do crew advancement earlier either, right?
yeah. Well, we didn't do any of the XP, did we? Or did we do character XP but not crew XP? I don't remember.
Yeah, so like you executed
I
a
don't think we did
successful
either.
extraction operation or capture of a bounty. And we
Mhm.
did do that last time, right? Kind
Mhm.
of, right? So that would be an advancement. And then you did contend with challenges above your current station. So like, I don't think you really bolstered your crew's reputation, especially because you didn't technically succeed in your bounty last time.
Right.
Expressed the goals, drives, inner conflict, essential nature of the crew. I felt like that came out a lot more this time. So I think you have like 2 or 3 crew XP maybe.
We definitely have 4 XP.
Cool. All right. This was really great. I don't know if this is something that more people do already, where they have a GM learning a system and players who know the system, and you play along and you stop and kind of get discussions and coaching. But it was really nice. It was really helpful. So thank you, Brian. Thank you, Lloyd, so
No
much for
sweat.
doing that. Yeah.
Here to help.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop the recording. Is it okay if I publish this video?
Yeah, sure, go out.
All right. Thank you very much. I have a great rest of the week, and hopefully we'll get to game again at some point soon.
All right.
Take...
David, has been great seeing you all month. Brian, I'm sorry for my existence.
I
And
had a great time.
I'll see you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.